Because growing up, we never traveled. Like, I grew up in a trailer park in Alabama, and we had a pretty good time, but not sure why they call it a park. You know what I mean? Like, there weren't no rides in there, no water slides. We had, like, an occasional slip and slide, or like an old tarp with some Dawn dish detergent on it. We put our slip and slide over a tree root one time. Yeah, because we was going jumping. And that's not how that works. At all. I hit that tree root, I just got up, got a job. Like, I'm done playing out here. Well, I'm done playing, period. I got medical bills now. I don't know if you've ever hit a tree root going 70 miles an hour on your chest with a smile on your face, but it'll knock that smile off. I never went camping growing up, because like I say, I grew up in a trailer, and we felt like we had a pretty good idea what camping was all about. We're like, nah, we already kind of live in a camper. We don't really need to take it down to a tent, you know? Like, we know what it's like to be poor. We're not trying to find out what it means to be homeless. We're not trying to practice homelessness out here. A lot of people think I'm homeless. Like, if I go to a city with a lot of homeless people and I'm hanging around outside, people will think I'm homeless. It's happened quite a few times. One time I was in Austin, Texas, you know, and I was outside. I was dressed like this, you know, I was show ready. And I was sitting on this park bench, and I was looking down, and I heard someone say, "Excuse me," and I looked up, and there was a little girl standing there with a brown paper sack in her hand, and she said, "Do you want a sandwich?" Yeah, it was very sweet, and I did want a sandwich. So it worked out, you know what I mean? My stomach was full, but my soul was empty, you know? I felt good, but not about myself. But I don't turn down a free sandwich. I don't got that kind of money, you know what I mean? I don't got the kind of money that turns down a free sandwich. There's a lot of different kinds of money out there. I learned that growing up. You know, there's like old money, new money, blood money, drug money. We didn't have any of that. What we had was good money, right? Good money. That's where your parents buy you something you don't like. They go, "We paid good money for that." Good money buys the worst stuff, too. It's never anything good. Good money buys like airbrush t-shirts with your name on it from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I had a lot of t-shirts with wolves on it growing up. My mom thought I'd look good in a wolf t-shirt. She was like, "The more wolves, the better. Put them all over that thing. Put a little moon on there. Get that wolf something to howl at." I had a hat growing up, just had my name airbrushed across the top. It just said Dusty. Right? That's just so I wouldn't get kidnapped. Kidnapper sees that hat, he's like, "Nah, this family ain't got no money. Just give him the candy." Yeah, he probably ain't had candy in a long time. I'm out there trying to get in the van. They're like, no, we are kidnappers. I'm like, I know, I'm a kid. Trying to get napped up in here. They can have this trailer park for a while. He's like, "I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it." You can't get stuff like that nowadays. Nowadays, they don't reward you for smoking. It's a real shame, you know. You got to find it at a flea market or something like that. We're having a good time.
He's got even worse now, as well, that he is a minor celebrity. I'm not saying the fame has gone to his head, but the other day, my dad was doing a medical questionnaire, and under occupation, he put national treasure. I mean, we all know he's on borrowed time. Eventually he's going to say or tweet something that's going to get him cancelled. We did this ancestry show on the BBC. Who do you think you are? The answer, it turns out, is an arsehole. Yep, my father comes from a long line of assholes, it turns out. On one side of the family, we were taken to Birmingham. I was like, great, I'm going to be related to a Peaky Blinder. Nope, sex pest. One of my ancestors was a philandering con artist that got syphilis, gave it to his wife, and they both died in a mental asylum. Well, it turns out he was the good one. Oh yeah, my other ancestor made old Cheaty McSyphilis look like Mother Teresa. Other side of the family, we visited Wales and discovered that I'm related to a prominent Welsh Tory MP that introduced blood sports to the nation, then put down a revolt of Welsh workers that were fighting for the right to vote, and had the William Wallace of Wales arrested and hung, drawn and quartered for treason. So I'm finding all of this stuff out. I was upset, I was moved, I was disturbed. I turned to look at my dad, fucking nothing. I was like, Daddy, you need to look more upset. There are cameras on us all the time. Can you at least pretend to be sad? He went, I am sad. It is all deeply depressing. I had absolutely no idea that we were Welsh. I get it, right? I get it that your perception of your parents changes over time. Like as a child, you look at your mum and dad and you're like, you two are the most embarrassing people that I've ever seen in my entire life. Then you get a little bit older, you get a little bit wiser, you become an adult yourself, and eventually you go, you know what, actually, I think these two might be all right. Then they retire and you spend more time with them and you're like, I know, I had it right the first time. You're fucking mental. And in my family, my sister definitely gets it worse. Last year, my sister got engaged. That should have been a lovely moment for our family. And it was, for 0.5 seconds. Until she then announced she didn't want to get married in a church. Oh dear. Anyone would have thought she'd told him she'd voted Green. Did not go down well. What do you mean you didn't want to get married in a church, Molly? If I'm paying for this wedding, you're not having it in a fucking bar. If I'm paying for this wedding, it will happen in a house of worship. The look on his face when he finds out we've booked a mosque.
I got old enough now that I don't take my shirt off anymore. I'm 51 years old. So I don't take my shirt off anymore when I go swimming at like a hotel pool with my kids. I keep my fucking shirt on. I'm swimming in it, everyone's pointing and stuff, and like this lifeguard was yelling at me, you can't do that. I'm like, what the fuck is, I'm humiliated, buddy. I just don't want to take my fucking shirt off. He's like, no, you gotta wear a bathing suit, your dick is out. And I'm like, oh, this is one of the fancy Howard Johnsons. I got you. Salute.
The butterfly is beautiful, and people talk about the butterfly, but the butterfly wouldn't be the butterfly without the caterpillar. I mean, the caterpillar, the deep knowing that that caterpillar has, its only perspective is crawling on the ground, and it's looking at other crawling things saying, I'm going to fly someday.